Hello and welcome to the RoboZone podcast, and welcome to the brand new rebuilt season for 2026. We want to make sure that you follow us on all of our social media, and also don't forget to subscribe to this video series, and also click that notification button so you know when we have a new episode each week for all of you to watch, consume, and to think about as you go forward with Rebuild. Thank you for watching, and let's get to the episode.
With eyes raised above what is, there is a view of what could be. Beyond all known horizons are visions of an unformed future, brimming with curiosity that can change everything. When looking for the technology and tools that will turn your curiosity into magic, look no further. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Hi, this is Pete Eckman with the RoboZone podcast. We're halfway through build season, and let's get the introductions right away. John, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm John Burdette, head coach of FRC Team 4327. It's Q Branch Robotics based out of Battle Creek, Michigan.
Josh, please introduce yourself.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Aha, I walked away from the Wi-Fi. Josh Dunston. I am a drive coach and lead technical mentor for the Forest Hills Robotics team, the COMETS, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And also a Blair Witch fan. And a Blair Witch fan. We just experienced it. I didn't get vertigo. I'm good. So Josh is at his build space. Before we hit go, I saw his team in the background. Preston, we're going to dedicate this to you. Grow that man bun out. I hope he watches this. Anyways, he's a good ref. Anyways, I want to get these guys together. We're halfway through build season. I want to take a temperature check of where your guys' teams are at, where we think the game's going to go even before we get into the end of build season, and we're going to just try to have some fun. So, John, tell us about Q Branch. Tell us what about you? What do you think about the game? Tell us where you're at right now.
Yeah, we thought this game, it's raising the floor, is what I will say. What that first has done this year. It's an exciting game, but it's also a game that many of us have done many, many times. Balls everywhere. Balls. So you've got a lot of examples to go off of. I think it's been talked quite a bit at this point of 2017, 2020, 2022. There's a whole bunch of games you can reference as far as models are concerned, and even the kitbot itself came like you can score. Just everybody can score. There's no excuse at this point as far as only having a chassis at the event. As far as designs are concerned, like they figured it out for you. I mean, one thing we took advantage of was that Andy Mark had on their website the shooter in a box CAD already. So we just instantly 3D printed that and said, let's figure out the best way to shoot this ball, because there's no reason for us to reinvent the wheel on that one. Let's just figure things out with the prototype that's already made available to us. So I like that it's a game that everybody can play. I think it's going to be really, really tough to differentiate the high levels of play from the good levels of play. But I really enjoy the fact, I hope, that we're going to see everybody shooting things from week one all the way through champs.
Josh, tell us where you are. Tell us how the COMETS are doing. Tell us what your thoughts about the game so far.
Yeah, so I just like how John said, this really takes a opportunity to improve upon years past. So the ball shooters everywhere, right? In 2017, COMETS went after ball shooting over gear running, and to realize that we made a strategic error in 2017, but we had one of the best shooters at Worlds, which led us to be a first round pick in 2017. That's to say, not that we were good, but no one else shot balls. And I have not seen, and I've been crying for it for 16 years that I've been in the program. I want lots of balls to be shot. Like that's what I want. Big ball pit, lots of balls, and we got it. So I can't be more excited. The other aspect, like John said, is it comes down to anyone can play,
Mhm.
but the growth opportunity is incredible. So this is an optimization game, which means if today you shoot one ball a second, tomorrow figure out how to shoot two balls a second.
Yep.
And by the end of Worlds, I wouldn't be surprised if there are teams that are shooting north of 10 to 20 balls a second accurately. So that's another one of the things that really, really excites me is we haven't had an optimization problem like this since 2015 with the can grabbers.
The game that shall not be named. I hate that game. There was no
But from
defense in that game.
but from an engineering optimization
Yes.
problem,
Yeah.
there hasn't been reward for how do I go engineer this to be faster
True.
to the
True.
nth degree.
Right. Good first take. I love good first answers to questions. It sets the pace for the podcast. So, John, you said there were a couple things that you wanted to talk about, right, in this, and then me and you started riffing before Josh got on. So tell us what one of your key points that you want to point out that has not been talked about yet this year.
Sure. So one of the things I got two items I really want to bring up. I don't think I've seen them. People brought them up yet. One is how do you scout a game where, like Josh was saying, people are scoring 10 to 20 balls a second? This is gonna be really tough, but I'm gonna encourage people to go out. This is almost like a fidget toy, but just get one of these little clickers right here. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but give one to every single one of your scouters, and then just have at it
Interesting. There's
as you
going to
go
be a run
along.
on clickers. Got it.
Exactly. So, and so you can, because all they need to keep track of is how many fuel was scored in auto, how many fuel was scored overall, and then you've got your scouting data at that point. So, hey, kids love fidget toys, so there you go. You keep your scouters entertained,
What
and you can
if
get them
they?
in your team colors. Look at that. I even got it in
Yeah,
pink.
I.
There you
If
go.
You know,
anything, you love the fuchsia pink theme. So
you know that I'm so good at fidgeting that I just start clicking it when balls weren't being shot, and then my scouting data is screwed anyway.
Oh, well, fair enough. I know we're all gonna be a little bit off on some numbers here and there.
that's the first thing I was going to think. I'd just be sitting there doing this.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Reset it before the
your
match.
mileage
Done.
may vary, test
Yes,
on your own.
that's a good one.
And the other one I haven't seen people bring up yet is how you're starting a match. Because I
Okay.
think what's going to happen, and I think what happens week one is everyone just wants to start right next to the hub, shoot those eight balls, and then move on with everything else. What I think is going to develop over time is people trying. You've got a depot auto, you've
Mhm.
got a outpost auto, and then what's the third bot doing? So I think there's going to be a battle of where do you start your robot and which way does it face? I
Okay.
think by the time we get to week four, robots are not going to be facing the hub to start the match. And I think if some people are good at this and they're fast enough, a trench bot, because the rules say that your bumpers only have to be over the starting line for your alliance, and you can't touch the bump. So you could start in the trench in the neutral zone and then get to the center area much faster than everybody else. I'm interested to see if anyone's going to pull that off. If anyone's going to go that route of start the robot underneath the trench, bumpers just grazing over the starting line, and zoom over to the neutral zone to get that ball pit, like Josh was bringing up.
I think that's an amazing one. I like the clicker one, John. That's a good one. But your second one is key. As a drive coach, and Josh is a drive coach too, there's going to be, and I've had a couple other drive coaches on the podcast. This year, the communication with the teams in the alliance is going to be key of who's going to do what roles they're going to perform, and I'll even raise you one on that second point is whether you want to have the first or second scoring run after the 10 seconds. Do we want to score max points in auto, or do we just want to make sure like one climbs on the tower to make sure you get that 15 points ahead of time, right? Or two to get that ranking point, right? But what those teams are going to strategize to try to do, right? But I love the trench spot because before the podcast, Josh, me and John were talking, and I think there's a lot of people. Um, that are missing the fact that I know a lot of robots and teams that want to go over the hump, but strategically, if I was to play defense, because I like playing defense sometimes, is you could take that away, and if everyone can not go under the trench, then that alliance isn't going to score a lot of points. So, what do you think about what John's talked about so far?
The auton positionings are always something that we're already talking about it, right? We're talking about what are the autons. We're competing at Midland week 2 this year and competing at Grand Valley week 4. Um, so how does the autons develop, and are there autons that we develop at home and don't actually show until they're needed? Like those are all things that this year, um, the variety that you can see is crazy. Um, John, as you were saying, like how one would go do the climb auton, one would go do the depot auton, and one would go to the forgive me, blanking on a name.
Oh, neutral zone,
No, the balls right by the
Outpost.
alliance wall to the outpost.
outpost.
You're gonna see alliances where someone goes and climbs and someone goes to each of those ball positions. I also think that the team who would have ran the spike auton in 2024, where they grabbed the 3 right short, that similar auton as you approach through district events will be to climb, clear the depot and outpost all in one. Like that'll be a good second pick of limbs if they
Mhm.
even ever get that far, would have the ability to get all of the alliances balls from that side and climb, while the captain and first pick both are breaking to the middle of the field.
So similar to the West Coast products competitive concept, which their auto showed it. They went
Mhm.
to the outpost, they cleaned the outpost, they went to the depot, they cleaned out the depot, they shot, and then they went up and climbed all and had 2 seconds left to go. So,
And there's another important thing to think about is there's an extra 5 seconds in Auton this year.
yep, yep. I mean, think things for teams to think about, right? That maximizing, you guys both brought it up, maximizing your scoring, maximizing, tweaking the robot, getting faster and faster for those teams like John and mine who competing against with and against each other in week 1. I love week 1 events. And then Josh, you're right in week 2. And then, you have a couple weeks to figure out what you want to do for that week 4, week 5, whatever the other event that you have. John, I think you're going out for an event too. So that's going to be awesome just to learn. I love week 1 events. I just want to see because everyone's on the same playing field. No one's played the game yet. Let's see what happens. So, and I'm only talking because we have to go up against Corey Walters in that 2-time world champ. Yeah, that guy. He watches. So,
You want to talk about mind games with me? We can talk about what Corey's mind's going through right now.
what is it going through?
Oh, it's all the autons. He's going to have every auton. He's going to be able to shake and bake and do whatever the heck he wants. And if you think that you're going to screw with him, he can change it last second.
Oh yes, I think we saw it last year when he was stealing balls from the other side of the field, right? Especially at World. I
Hmm.
heard there was a lot of videos about that.
Hmm.
So. So, John, what other things is Q Branch focused on? I mean, tell us about your process. Where are you guys in the process? You cutting parts? You have a design, you're ready to go. You've got a robot built, and you're programming autons. I mean, where is Q Branch at right now?
We're at a point in the season where all of our, I mean, we don't meet on when we're recording tonight. We don't meet tonight, but we just wrapped up a weekend where we finished all of our subsystems, and now it's time to actually put things together because CAD says they fit, and then we build them, and then they don't actually fit, and then now we got to cut things down.
What? That
I know
happens?
it's crazy, when CAD puts things together and bolts it together with hopes and dreams, and all of a sudden in the real world you need nuts and bolts. It's weird. So we're at a point where we got to do systems integration. Our climber at this point, uh, it has worked in small scale, some simple testing. I'm excited to see if it works in full scale testing. Finally got the real tower from Andy Mark this past week.
Nice.
So we're at a point where we're halfway through the season. We're a little slower than we were last year, but that's fine. We're trying to intentionally take our time. with getting the design a little more fine-tuned before we have the final build. But yeah, we're at a point of systems integration.
How about you, Josh? Where you guys at? Where's the comments at in their build?
So one of the things that we've always tried to do is get a robot out quick, like really quick. Um, to the point of like we theoretically, if we had another hour tonight, we would have been shooting balls on an alpha bot. Um, it's really close. It didn't get there quite tonight, and I had to kick the kids out. Um, but getting an early build out means that we ran into our integration challenges. Um, was it Saturday night? Yeah. Saturday night is where we said, oh, crap, these two systems don't let a ball pass through them.
Ooh, interesting.
So
Interesting.
is the really cool gray area of designer number one and designer number two. We did really good design checks on each of their systems. And when we put them together in CAD, uh, needless to say, we didn't as thoroughly check it as we could have.
But learning lessons, right? Learning lessons for the students, and that's part of the process, especially if they're going to go be engineers later on after high school. So, John, where you said climber, right? I'm one of those. Our team had to pivot due to some supplier issues, and we went and we're going multiple shooters, but not a turret design at least for week one. So we had to pivot, and that's good. Teaching the kids how to pivot was a thing, and they didn't understand what I was talking about. So it was a very good opportunity to teach them. Listen, we had a plan. We'll stick to the plan. The plan just may look different. We're still going to do what you guys want to do, but it won't be a rotating, turret. It's going to be a swerve with a stationary turret, which is still an active turret. It depends on limelights and your programming and all that stuff. So, where has been the struggle for Q Branch? Where did you guys have to do that pivot?
Uh, I will say we were fortunate enough that the kids wanted to build simple enough structures that had already well-established designs that we were just going to adapt what already existed and what has worked for us in the past. So it's one of those like I'll let you stretch the muscles somewhere. And so they really wanted to build a level 3 climber. And again, if it works, it works. But that will ultimately be our pivot. It's one of those designs where if it turns out to function the way the testing has gone, great. If not, we will pivot on that one to be a level 1 climber only. But luckily, the kids were, when we had our vote, it was a real close vote between more complex designs versus, let's say, a static design, and simple has won out, except for
Okay.
that climber. So we'll see how we pivot. Check in with me in about a week.
Okay. Well, I will because we talk a lot. Josh, where was your pivot? Was that during that Saturday night session where you guys figured out something wasn't jiving correctly?
Yeah, so we that's one of the cool parts about trying to front load our design season so heavily, as it gives us a little bit of time to, wiggle. Um, I definitely think that we're about 5 days behind where we want to be based on where it's going to take to get the revisions of the ball manipulation components. You know, we just did a design review. Actually, that's what you saw everyone was working on as I jumped onto this call is design reviewing the modifications that it will take. Um, and hopefully we don't have to scope cut. Time will tell. We have a couple bogeys that if we need to cut scope, we can cut scope.
God, I love agile terminology. I just do. I like, and not project management necessarily, but agile methodology and scope creep and having to pivot and all that stuff. It's real life stuff. And like I said before, teaching kids how to do that in high school so that they can do it when they go off to even college is a valuable thing. In my opinion, in my opinion. So, John, here's another commonality between you and Josh. Now, Josh got mad at me when he was hosting an event, and he'll still remember this. First year as 7056 when I was on that team, first year we had the swerve. we burned 4 consecutive holes into the carpet, the subfloor, and almost the gym floor at his facility. And he was mad at me, and I said, I'm sorry. Um, he wasn't really mad at me, but it stopped at the subfloor. We didn't touch the floor. What is it like for you as an event coordinator? Because you just don't do the mentor thing. You take it on steroids and go to the next level by running. We're going to Lakeview for week one. So tell us a little bit of behind the scenes on that stuff, because I think the unsung heroes of this year are going to be you guys that arrange the events and field reset, because this is not going to be an easy field reset year. So we want to give praise through the whole season before the events even start. Thank you for doing your job. But tell us what it's like to get ready for this type of thing.
Yeah, sure. So we're proud to be back. We last hosted in 2023. We've had scheduling conflicts since then, so we haven't been able to host it. But that was our double header year, and so we're fine taking a couple years off. Um, this kind of process, not to get
Touche.
into,
Touche.
yeah, not to get into everything about it, but this process begins back in June of last year when you start figuring out who's going to host and when, and you coordinate with the school in August and September, and so you lock things down as far as facilities are concerned. But now we're getting to the point where we arrange, and luckily I have a wonderful staff. I have a wonderful volunteer coordinator, wonderful assistant coach, and I have a wonderful set of parents on my team who are going to help run things. Because you're right, as an event coordinator, when I'm at my event, I have to be there with my team too, because we're competing as well. But as event coordinator, I can't sit there and be in the pits with my team. I can't sit there and be the drive coach the whole time. So I have to have a large support staff, and I'm very grateful for the wonderful people that I have supporting this. Without that, Lakeview as an event would not happen. By the way, if any of the teams are listening who are competing at Lakeview Week 1, I'm still looking for someone to take away the carpet at the end, because that's one of the headaches that teams don't realize is that the carpet doesn't go back with first. It does not go back with art craft rentals. It has to be given away to someone. So if anyone's looking for someone's already claimed the test carpet. If you would like, hey man, if you bring a trailer and you wheel that thing away, it is yours. You go for it.
We volunteer. We volunteer to take it.
All right. You got it, man. You get a trailer. You have all the carpet in the
This
world.
is the new carpet too, so this is rarity.
There you go. I'm all for. I don't have anywhere to put it, and the gym
Yeah, I
teachers
do.
at the school do not want to see that on Monday morning
I
when they
have a
have to run
pole barn
classes.
sitting right out there.
Perfect. Perfect.
Are
All
you
right.
gonna have a full field now, Pete?
Um, that's the goal in our off season is to build a full size field in a pole barn.
That's very exciting. Well, again, take the carpet, please, and thank you.
We will take it.
Do you want a field border?
We'll talk.
You're getting so many offers right now. That's
I know.
fantastic. Yeah.
You can
I
come get it
I
when you
like
get my pit.
struggles. See, I you guys are giving me cannon fodder, and my superintendent's going to get a phone call tomorrow that says I have donated carpet and I have a donated border. Now let's build the pole barn. I like having stuff to use against my superintendent. He doesn't watch this, by the way, but
Well, again, if you want challenges, feel free to host an event. That's fine.
oh, not
Uh,
there yet, not there yet. Luckily for me, my school is built a way that we cannot do one.
well,
We
fair
don't
enough.
have enough pit space.
That's all good.
Yeah.
But if anyone else is listening to this podcast and you are an event coordinator, hats off to you. I know how long we've been hosting since 2016, so
Okay.
I know what a pain this is. But we do it because it's a lot of fun, and then we don't have to drive our trailer anywhere. That's really nice.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
I
Yeah.
miss hosting.
Do you? Do you?
I miss not traveling. Sorry, you caught me.
Nice. But it's got to be a lot, right? To host and to have your team competing at the same time.
Yeah, we last hosted 2023 at Calvin, and I believe that year was the year where Comets provided 22 of the key event volunteers, which left um, two mentors with the team.
Yeah. That's a lot of pressure, right?
We might have forgotten lunch
Okay. You mean for
for
everyone or your team?
the team.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oops.
Oops. Is that the year I burnt the hole in the floor?
No, I think he did that in 22.
Okay. Just making sure. It was the year with the big tennis balls. I remember.
Yeah, that was 22.
Yeah. It was interesting. I like smoke on the field. It's theatrics.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
just for
Nikki
future
just
no event coordinator, no gym teacher, no superintendent ever wants a robot team to burn a hole in the floor. Just,
I know
you know,
that. I know.
okay, I'm just just a heads up.
It was learning. It was part of the learning process.
Not saying we haven't done that, but yeah, there was just a heads up.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you have your own supply carpet, you could do it in your pole barn as long as it's your practice field.
You can burn holes in your pole barn all you want. Just don't do
Yes.
it on our gym floor.
That's right. We won't do that. We're 3 years into swerve now. You don't have to worry about that, John. I won't damage your field or floor.
Thank you.
I'll probably just jinx myself, but I'm knocking on wood. So, um, what is the one thing, and John, you kind of alluded to this with your 2 points you wanted to bring up. What is one thing that you guys think is going to be the secret sauce? I've asked this every episode now. What's the secret sauce, right? Our team's only looking at a level one for week one because it's a week one and we know the resources that we have. And then we're week four, so maybe we can do something between those two for that. But what's the secret sauce this year, John?
I think the what's going to differentiate everyone. Josh was talking about shooting one ball. So then how do you optimize for two, and how do you optimize eventually for 10 and plus? Is everyone can get balls into the robot. Everybody can shoot balls out of the robot, but how do you get it from the intake to the shooter? That's going to be the big difference. We've all seen many a video online of people with their spindexers who are doing a very effective job. Team 111 is doing a really effective job in showcasing their capabilities. I've seen quite a few others. It's all about how do you agitate that floor? How do you avoid jams? How do you avoid balls going places essentially you don't want them to go? Um, and so if you can the secret sauce. If you can engineer or design sacrificing 3 or 4 different fuel volumes worth, like take away 3 or 4 of your max capacity, just so that the other, let's say 45, can more quickly get through your robot. That's going to be the differentiation here.
What do you think's the secret sauce, Josh?
not biting off more than you can chew. And a lot of that comes down to, I would also tell you that there's, sure, at the Einstein level of play, at the state championships of Michigan, right? There's going to be ludicrous amounts of balls through the robot. But that's what it's going to take to win a championship. You can win a tournament with a reliable 2 ball a second shooter, especially in the districts, right? Like you don't, if it means that you're going to shoot slower and you're going to empty that hopper every time in 5 seconds instead of 2 seconds, and you're going to make 100% of your balls, do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely do it. And, like you guys said, like going after an L1 climb, especially early on, do it. Right?
Right.
Like don't figure out how to go L3 or, do the somersaulting climbs that we've seen on a couple of the RI3s, right? Like
They're pretty cool. They're pretty
oh, they're
cool.
super cool, but have you done the math on what it takes to flip over a 120-pound robot?
Yeah, they did it for Penn State. It's something like 3,200 pounds of torque.
Yeah, ludicrous amount.
Yes, ludicrous amount. But you got ludicrous speed on your bamboo printers, so you can have it on your robot. And we're not sponsored by Bamboo.
That
I
that
wish.
doesn't mean it's smart to.
Well, I understand. There's a lot of design aspects that you're giving up in your robot capacity that you could be doing other things, right? So, John, have you guys there this is the big thing over the last week. I think it was update 3 that talked about the spongy, I'm going to say sponginess or the give of the balls that you will see in comp compared to the ones that were in the kit of parts. So have you guys done your testing, or do you think we're going to see totally accurate robots week one, or do you think that the sponginess of the balls or the give of the balls is going to, play a role in those early events?
I the differences I see, I mean, we pre-ordered the from Andy Mark a set of again what I deem as a ludicrous amount of balls. Of
Yes.
1/6 of the field. I'm sure people ordered a full set. I'm sure someone with much more resources than us ordered a full set. But I'm like, what am I going to do with these after the season? But I didn't really notice a difference between like the 10 that we got in the kit versus the 84 that we got from Andy Mark. I don't think it's going to make a much of a difference. I was shocked, to be honest, to when we got the kit parts fuel balls or the Andy Mark ones of just how hard these things are. Like they're
Mm.
foam, but geez Louise, like it might as well just be a rigid sphere at this point. Like we thought about giving these balls away to the gym teachers after the season. I don't want to play dodgeball with those balls. That's gonna hurt. So I
They're
was shocked at that
slippery
one.
too.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, they're a little slippery. But I don't no, I don't think there's gonna be any issue of like differentiation or manufacturing tolerances with the squish. I think it's okay.
What about you, Josh?
There are individuals who will care. They're absolutely will care, but it's design a shooter that's not so compliant to, or design a shooter that is compliant to variance, and don't complain to the field staff that this this ball compresses an inch less.
Right.
Okay, an inch is quite a bit, but an eighth of an inch less,
Let alone having 400 of them on the field at any one time.
plus or minus 25 in the ball pit, right?
Yeah. And then 600 at state champs or world champs. Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. But John, you brought it up. I think this year, I don't know if First is gonna put nets up after week one, but with the amount of balls that are gonna be shot and then the velocity of which there's gonna be people that are gonna have to have their heads on a swivel, man. I'm
There's
just talking.
people.
Go ahead.
Preston was talking about wearing his hockey helmet head roughing.
I want to see it. Let's get that. I want to take a picture and we'll put it as one of the cover images for one of the podcast episodes. I want to see it.
The-
I didn't know he played hockey, but
Just pickup league.
oh, pickup league. Okay. The man bun league. Got it. You
There you
can
go.
tell him I said that. I hope he's not at my event though. He'll let me have it. And he's a good guy though. But yeah, I'm just saying like, grandma, grandpa are coming to watch their grandkid, great. This is the last year. Um, I think teams want to make sure they go purchase maybe some hard helmets. Maybe you see nothing but a barrage of hard hats or football helmets, something. Wear something.
Okay. Okay, you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
So these fuel balls are going to go everywhere. At what event is the first ball that goes askew into the audience going to be scored into the hub? Like an audience member is scoring it into the hub.
Oh,
Oh, I think what's going to be more prevalent to occur is a rogue ball hitting the field e-stop on the side of the field.
yep. Yep, it'll be awesome. In fact, I saw a video of that the other day. I was perusing, trying to find different videos for this year, and I can't remember what season it was. Was it
Actually, come to think of it, as a team who shot a lot of balls in 2017,
yeah.
we brought polycarb shields for our alliance members' keyboards, so we didn't hit their e-stops either.
Oh, interesting.
You just reminded me of that we brought polycarbonate shields for our alliance members, so we
Oh,
didn't turn
see,
off their robot.
there's the secret sauce right there. Make sure if you have a laptop that you bring something that shields that space bar. Do it. Well, actually, we have our own e-stops now. Do we put one over our own e-stop? I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of fuel, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be like dodgeball in real life. Um, well, we've been jiving for 35 minutes. Josh needs to get out because he's tired. He's got to get home. I'm just joking, man. You got to end it somewhere. So I'll educate you guys. When you have a podcast, the perfect length of a podcast is between 35 and 45 minutes. That's it. Other than that, it gets too long. People got stuff to do. If it's too short, people's attention spans about that big now. So I think you guys provided a lot of information that teams will think about. Me, myself, I think that people are underestimating the need for a trench spot. I'm just saying. Not because that's what we design. We're purposely designing that. It's just something defensively. My inner um, Corey Walters or Josh Dunston, who I've coached with and against you guys when we've played, or Clinton Bollinger, is always out there to see what's the best defensive strategy. And if he can block both of the humps and no robot can go underneath the trench, it's gonna be a short game or a low scoring game. Just saying. And John, you just reaffirmed it because I'm gonna go ride in Auton with my kids tomorrow to go underneath the trench and go get the balls from the neutral zone.
But you start under the trench. That's the key
Yeah,
thing. You
I
start
know.
underneath it.
Their minds are gonna be blown like that. Man. They're gonna be, we didn't even think about that, coach. I'm gonna say it's John, so go say thanks when we go to week 1. So they'll come up and high five you. I'll make sure of it.
I'll be impressed.
All right.
You know how hard that's going to be to set that robot up under the trench? That's going to suck with swerve.
Fine. But it could be worth it if you get to the middle first.
It's true. Whoever gets most fuel wins. Right?
I mean, I was a big fan back in 2024 when it first became a race to the middle and chaos autons happened, right? I thought that would be a great idea. I think this could be the same thing. Like if your auton is meant to go to a certain spot in the middle and in order to pick up those balls, but someone else beat you there and just shoved them all out of the way, and all of a sudden I mean, it seems silly, but you're starved in the middle when there should be everything there.
It's true.
Could be a thing. Could be a thing.
I'm saying I can't wait for the audience this year to see this. I think this is going to be probably the perfect audience game to watch because they're going to be rock'em sock'em robots. There's fuel flying all over the place. They're gonna have to keep their head on a swivel so they don't get beamed in the face with a ball. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. We should charge.
As an audience member, I think what's really great about this game is that there's only one place to look. Like you don't have to worry about bouncing back and forth like a tennis match. It's okay, it's red's turn, look at the red side. Oh, it's blue's turn, look at the blue side. It'll be great as an audience member I only have to focus on one side of the field.
What about the robots that are going to shuttle balls across the field, shoot them all the way across the field, and they got knocked, and now all that fuel is going into the audience?
Okay, that'll be funny, but still, as an audience member, I think this game is. I know some people are whining about I can't score all the time. I don't like the switching thing, but as you said, when Grandma and Grandpa are coming to the event, they don't have to worry about who's or all these rules. It's just look at the red side when that's lit up. Yep. Look at the blue side when that's lit up.
Yep. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait, man. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year. So, all right, John, tell us again your name, who you represent, how we can follow the team. Go.
I am John Burdette, head coach of FRC Team 4327 Q Branch Robotics out of Battle Creek, Michigan. And please follow us on Instagram at QBranch4327.
And if you like fuchsia, go find them in the pits because they like to hand out fuchsia colored stuff. Josh, you're up.
Yeah, Josh Dunston, lead technical mentor for the COMETS out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Follow us on Instagram, COMETS Robotics, and be looking for that robot reveal dropping end of the month.
Oh, look at that. I love those. Theatrics. You can have smoke screens and
ball
laser
screen.
Lights. What?
Ball screen.
Oh. Love it. Just so that the cameraman doesn't get beamed in the face with a ball. Got it.
That's the last shot, I think.
Oh, awesome. Can't wait. Well, I think you're going to have to put a warning up. Just make sure. People, you don't want anyone driving down because people watch their phones while they drive down the road. Josh, put a warning up.
Jump scare.
All right. Thanks, guys. John, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Josh, good luck at week 2, and we'll catch up with you guys halfway through the season and see where you guys are at.
All right. Thanks for having us, Pete.
Curiosity appears to everyone, but few follow unyieldingly to where it calls them. To a place where thinkers dream of the unthinkable, and curiosity turns into magic. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. The College of Engineering at Lawrence Technological University has all the technology and tools to make magic. Be curious. Make magic.